As you can see, quite a decent day, bit of sun, a little bit of cloud, but not a lot else. It's now low tide, so quite a lot of walking to do because I'll be here till high tide, so I'm quite a long way back. And there's a full moon, so spring tide, so quite a big tide. So I'm well back from the surf at the moment, so like I say, a bit of walking. I'm also right in front of the wreck here at Cley. You can just make out there, it disappears once you get towards high tide, and then as you can see, that's the rest of the beach looking down towards Salthouse, so it should be a good day. Right, what I'm going to put on here is a bomber rig. Never tried this before, first time I made one, so we'll have to see what happens, see whether it actually works as it should. But what we got is two snoods, one long one, one short one, that both clip down into the same bait clip on the weight. Right, firstly, on the bigger hook of the two, I'm going to put a whole squid lugworm. The other smaller hook. Oh, bigger ones. Right. Well, that went all right. Get the second one done now. Just a 2-hook flapper. This is the second rod. 2-hook flapper, size 2 hooks. So again, get the old baiting needle. Get a couple of these lugworm. Crikey, that's a monster, that one. I don't really want anything quite that big. Oh well, here we go. God, look at the size of these. Right. Right. That's one. Here's the second one. Dripping all over my trousers, as usual. Right. Right. This one's just on ordinary mono. Like I said, it's a bit of a long walk at the minute. I want to be reasonably close. See me reasonably close to the progress. It might be miles away. Right, it's now 3:15. First rod has been out for quarter an hour. So give it another quarter an hour and we'll give them a check. Right, first rod's been in for half an hour with the bomber rig on. Let's see what we got on there, if anything. See what bait we got left. The answer is nothing at all. Right, both baits have been absolutely stripped and a little bit of weed. Get the weed off. I noticed there was some of this along the Warner's high tide line, some of this light green weed. Not very much of it, but some. That seems to be what we're going to get. Right. Today's bait that consists of mainly lugworm. I've got 75 lugworm from Ray's Tackle in West Runton, and in here there's some odd little strips of squid for tipping baits, and then there's some whole squid in here as well, which I've been obviously putting on whole on the bigger hooks, but they've been stripped. Even though they're tied on with loads of elastic, they're stripped in just a matter of minutes. And nothing on there either, except a bit of weed. Right, it is now coming up to 5 o'clock and I've now been fishing for nearly 2 hours. Not a bite, not a sign of a fish at all. And the baits have been absolutely stripped in 5 minutes flat. I think there's no more than 5 minutes before you have to, you need to rebait, and that's just horrendous. You're getting through so many worms, and even the whole squid I've been putting on the bomber rig with the one big hook. That's been stripped in 10 minutes. It's absolutely crazy. High tide's about 8 o'clock, so should coincide with it starting to get a bit dark, so with a bit of luck we may come into some fish, but so far there's been nothing at all. So a bit disappointing, but that's the way it's been, especially for me this summer. 5 o'clock, time for a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit. Okay, time for another bait change. Nothing on here. I suspect no bait left either. At least there was no weed this time. Get rebaited and get out. There's one. There must be thousands of crabs out there. To get through them this quickly. I think as soon as they hit the seabed, the crabs just descend on it. There's the other one. Just chuck this one out right close. Now they're out, it's time to have them a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit. And let's hope we get a bite. Right, nothing again. Weed is getting a bit annoying. Not huge amounts, but just enough to be annoying. Anyway. Soldier on. Come here. I'm wondering whether I've got some bits of squid, whether just tip them off with squid. Let's see whether that makes any difference. Probably not, but we'll give it a go. One of the bait robbers. I bet there's hundreds of them out there just nicking the bait as soon as they hit the seabed. Right, so coming up to 7:15, still nothing, no sign of a bite or anything at all. Weed has been a bit of a pain, but not really enough to complain about too much. Just might have had a little bite on one of them, or the lead just moved, something. Anyway, I've gone over to 2-3 hook flappers. I've got plenty of lugworm left, and it's getting a bit, not dark, but it's a bit dimmer than it was, for want of a better phrase, coming overcast. So I've got plenty of bait left. I'm going to be here till about 9 o'clock time, so another 2 and a bit hours, and that'll be fully dark by then. But I've gone over to 3 hook flappers just to make certain I use all my bait up. I've used all my whole squid up that I was using on the bomber rig, on the big hook on the bomber rig, so that was the reason I stopped with that. So I'm just going full worms, and I've still got some bits of few squid heads and little strips of squid that I can tip baits off with, and we'll go with that, and we'll just see what happens. Hopefully, just maybe, there might be one fish. That would do me, just one fish. But we shall see. Come on, rods, give us some of that. I'll cast one in quite close and one as far as I can get it, and maybe we'll pick something up. Please pick something up. A whiting would do, anything would do. Give it a few minutes longer, then I'll have another rebait, and then I suppose after that I'll have my last cup of tea. I've got a bit of food left. I've got a few got a few chocolate biscuits left, so I'll finish them off. Chocolate will have hardened by now because it's cooled down a bit. Whereas before I picked them up and you've got chocolate over your fingers. But... Whoa, I actually got a bite. Yeah, there must be something on here. Aha! Yes! Whoa! The tiniest little bass you ever did see, but hey, it's a fish. Yes! There he is, a little tiny bass. You see how small it is by the size of my hands, look. Wow, fish. Yay. Whoa, whoa. No blank. Hooray! Oh, I just caught another bass. A bit bigger this time. Whoa. And lively. There he is. A bit bigger than the other one. Not very big. I don't know, 30 odd centimetres I should think. But another bass. Whoa, he's lively. Get him back. He had a revenge, bloodied my finger. Last cast through in the water. It's now getting on near enough 9 o'clock, so I've just got enough worms. Actually, I say I've got enough worms for one more cast and then that's it. So 2 bass, so I haven't blanked. One little tiny one, about so long, and one about 30 centimetres, about a foot long, maybe a little bit more. Not big enough to take home, but I haven't blanked, so I'm really pleased about that. So like I say, one more cast to go. I'm going to start packing up, start putting the old shelter away and that, and then I'll get off home. So thanks very much for watching. It's been a pleasure actually catch some fish. So thanks again for watching. If you want to subscribe, please do. I'm getting near the 500 mark, so I'd like to reach that as soon as I can. And thank you very much, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.